Thank you for tuning in to Terry Swoop Videos. On today's video, I'm going to do a Where Are They Now on the 1970s R&B duo McFadden and Whitehead. They're mostly known for the 1979 hit Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now. This song was hugely successful and hugely popular. It was like an anthem at every black family reunion. If you ever been to a black family reunion, you probably heard this song. Gene McFadden and John Whitehead were born and raised in Philadelphia in the 1950s. They were discovered by the singer Otis Redding in 1965. They sung background and toured with him between 1965 and 1967. Now, Otis Redding is known as the greatest male vocalist of all time. He's the person that brought R&B music to the forefront. He's known as the father of R&B music. And this is why he's looked at as a legend. Otis Redding taught them how to write songs. He taught them how to perform. And they were his background singers. Sadly, Otis Redding dies in a plane crash in 1967. After Otis Redding's death, they went on to write and produce music for other artists. They wrote and produced music for the OJs. They wrote and produced music for the Emotions, for the Jackson 5. They had a lot of success during the late 60s and 1970s as writers and producers. They started to release music as their own musical act towards the late 1970s. They released their debut album in 1978, and they released the single Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now in 1979. This song was hugely successful. It made the top 10 on the US charts, and it made the top 5 on the UK charts. It sold 8 million copies worldwide. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this was a popular song at family reunions. If you go to a black family reunion, you're going to hear this song played sometime during the day. It's an anthem. I love this song. I probably heard this song 1,000 times. It's one of those songs you can never get tired of. That's how catchy the song is. And the vocals are just so good. Everything about this song makes you feel good. It makes you want to dance. Sadly, this was their only big hit, because at the end of 1979, disco gets boycotted by all the white rockers. The white rockers go on a boycott, and they demanded that all the radio stations stop playing disco music. And they were a disco act. And this is one of the things that really hurt their careers. And this is one of the reasons why they never had another hit single. They released other singles and other albums, but they never matched the success of Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now. They both went solo in the 1980s. Gene went solo and John Whitehead also went solo. But they never had success as solo artists. Sadly, John Whitehead ends up being killed in 2004. He was standing outside of his house fixing his car. And apparently somebody drives by and shoots and kills him. Police say it was a mistaken identity, where they thought he was somebody else that he wasn't, and he ends up being killed by a drive-by shooting. John Whitehead was 55 years old at the time of his death. In 2006, Gene McFadden dies of lung cancer, and he was 56 years old at the time of his death. Both of these men have passed away, and I just will always remember their music as fun, and they made music that brought people together. They made music that made people have a good time. And I don't think they get the credit that they deserve as writers and producers. They had a long, successful career when it comes to writing and producing for other artists. And I think they should be in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, because they wrote a lot of great songs. I don't got time in this video to go over all the songs that they wrote for other artists, but they had a lot of success as songwriters. And I don't think songwriters get the credit that they deserve in music. Because when people listen to music, they only listen to the people singing the songs, and they don't realize there's a lot of great songwriters behind a lot of these great songs. They wrote some of the best songs that the OJs ever released. So I think they should be in the Hall of Fame as songwriters. If you just look at the great songs that they wrote for the OJs, the songs that they wrote for the Jackson 5, the songs that they wrote for so many other artists, it just goes to show that they haven't really gotten the credit that they deserve. A lot of people have different opinions about this topic. Leave a comment, rate, and subscribe.